Hi, my name's Allison. I'm a psychic medium and a farmer. Today is day 23 of milking my cow on TikTok. Today's topic is going to be about how can we start to look for and recognize signs from our loved ones on the other side, and I'm going to explain that using an Easter egg hunt. So in order to recognize these signs given to you either from higher self, source, your past loved one, guides, whoever, you have to be present and living a present life. If you don't exactly know what that means, check out day 9's video, Must Be Present to Win. In other words, you can't participate in an Easter egg hunt unless you show up. And by showing up, I mean not just doom scrolling, not always having distractions around, not always thinking about, not doing the rewind and the fast forward. The Easter egg hunt only happens in the here and now. So by choosing to be in a present state, you are choosing to be a part of the Easter egg hunt. If we're setting up an Easter egg hunt for kids of all ages to enjoy, then we're gonna hide all of those eggs in different ways. Some of those eggs, many of them actually, are just gonna be laying right on the ground, just right in front of you. And that is how these eggs or signs are placed for you at the beginning of your journey. I honestly think these are some of the hardest signs to accept because you're like, wait a minute, it's just right there. Is it really that easy? Yes, those eggs that are laying right on the ground, those signs that are just feel almost too obvious are so important because that's to let you know what to look for in the sign. Going back to the Easter egg analogy, am I looking for pastel colored eggs? Neon colored eggs? Are they real eggs? Are they plastic eggs? Is there glitter on them? Are they gold? I don't know. We really need those beginning Easter eggs or those beginning signs that feel overtly obvious to help us identify what we're looking for when it gets a little bit more complex. When those eggs start to be hidden in more clever places. The Easter egg analogy is also helpful because an Easter egg hunt is a joyful experience. And so when you're on this hunt for signs from your loved one and you're coming at it with joy versus desperation or grief or other feelings that are lower vibration, it's easier for you to see them. I'm not saying that you are unable to see signs when you're actively grieving or going through a tough time. They come through then as well. It's just harder to see them because there's just an internal struggle within you at that moment in time. And that's okay. We're humans. That's part of our experience. But if it feels like you're in a tough situation and you're not seeing your regular signs, that may be why. So you know you have to be present to enjoy this Easter egg hunt. And you're starting to see all of these eggs, the ones that are just laying there, the really easy ones. Now you understand that life is a game. And this is a scavenger hunt. This is a treasure hunt. This is a fun and enjoyable experience for you. Once you're armed with that information, the signs start to get a little bit more obscured or connecting with each other. Notice I didn't say it gets harder to find. It's not about increasing the level of difficulty for you. It's just that you're ready to move on and you're ready to get that connection from a more complex connection of the dots. So if it was Mario Kart, you wouldn't want to just play the first easiest track over and over again. You get really good at it and you're like, okay, what else can this puppy do? Where else can we go? That's what I'm talking about. Once we're in this super joyful Easter egg hunting mode and we've seen all of these eggs on the ground and some barely hidden spots, now I would encourage you to request or start the two-way communication of requesting specific signs and at specific times. I learned about this through Laura Lynn Jackson's book, Signs. And so once I read that, oh, did you know you can ask for specific things? I immediately asked something specific from my mom. I wasn't asking something specific to validate that she was there and with me. I was not asking for a specific sign out of desperation. I absolutely know that she's here with me. And so I'm asking for something specific more out of curiosity, more out of playfulness, more out of joyfulness than desperation. And I feel like that's really important to note when you're asking, when you're trying to start this sort of communication. Put yourself in a present, as joyful as possible mindset. I said, hey mom, in the next 24 hours, I want you to show me The number's 247 because that means something special between you and I. And I want it to be somewhere clever or unique. It cannot be in any way, shape, or form like a 24/7, like 24 hours, 7 days a week combo, because that is too easy and that's not going to work for me. So please show me the numbers 247 in a clever way within the next 24 hours. It was maybe 40 minutes later. I was scrolling on Pinterest on my phone and I saw this ceiling lamp that looked like balloons had floated to the ceiling. Now, balloons are another sign from my mom that she uses for important reasons in specific ways. So when I saw that balloon lamp, I said, oh, I wonder if that's Mom. And I'm going to show you the screenshot here. If you look where the balloon lamp is within my screen and you follow it up, what is the time on my phone? Exactly. How fun, how joyful, what a treat. That is what I encourage for you to level up on your signs if you're already feeling comfortable with the signs that are coming very easily to you. Don't be afraid to start that communication. Don't be afraid to ask for more. Your loved ones in spirit love it. It's a really fun game. Now, I know a lot of people like to keep their signs secret. Like for a while, I didn't tell anyone about my mom and balloons. I was concerned it would discredit her ability to use that sign in special circumstances. I just want to let you know that's not true. If you feel comfortable sharing signs with other people that get how this works, know that they become messengers for you in very unexpected, very joyful ways. It brings this Easter egg hunt from just you being a solo person hunting for these eggs to a collective hunt where when each time we find an egg for either ourselves or each other, it's a very joyful experience. And I have a really great example of this for you. My aunt, one of my mom's sisters, sees dimes from her father, which is my grandfather that I've talked about in previous videos. At first she started seeing dimes just here or there and places that were peculiar but still logical place for dimes to be, like on the ground. But they were happening at very unique times and unique situations. But again, a dime can fall on the ground. That's understandable. Then it moved up to, and I love this story of hers, she was home alone and she had just finished making her bed. She left her bedroom, she came back, and in the middle of her bed was a single dime. When she told me about this dime story, I was like, what? Like, how fun? So fast forward about, honestly, almost 2 years later, I am outside, just about 50 feet away from where I'm sitting now, and I see something glimmering in the grass. And I thought, well, what is that? I want to make sure it's not a piece of metal or something that the animals can get to. So I go and I part the grass and I see that it's a dime. I'm like, that's weird. I don't carry change. No one in my family carries change. No one's been here, but this is a very well-traveled space in our yard. Where did this dime come from? And then I remembered, is this a dime from my aunt, from my grandfather, from her father? So this is where dates and times and timestamps can really elevate a sign. So I text her right away. I said, hey, I found a dime in the yard, really peculiar place. It feels like it's connected to you and Grandpa. I just wanted to let you know. But I didn't hear from her for a couple of hours. Do you know why? Because unbeknownst to me, she was having surgery that day. She was under general anesthetic. So the very moment that I found that dime, she received the dime through me from her father as a way to say, hey, I got you. You're safe here. It's all going to be okay. How fun is that? So whether you want to keep your signs to yourself in private or you want to share it with others in hopes to cast a wider net of joy for this collective Easter egg hunt, it's all up to you. It's your experience. It's your choice. I hope this helps connect the importance of being present, how signs appear a little too easy at the beginning, and how and why they get more complex to elevate your level of joy during this Easter egg hunt of life. If you have any fun sign stories to share, I would love to hear them. I love it. It never gets old. Feel free to put them in the comments, and thanks for joining me today.